musicians, thank you so much for checking out this video. Now this video is going to be a bit different. I'm going to be talking about 4 different ways of playing devotional style music. Now, and I'll do a really short explanation of each one. I can't go into full depth because each one of these I could spend literally hours on. But I'm going to go short explanation and demonstrate it for you. But what I'd like for you to do at the end of the video is go into the comments and let me know which one you would like me to explain in more depth. All right, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get started. All right, so what is devotional music or devotional style music? Well, devotional music generally just means traditional music. And in the gospel setting, this is the music that we played during testimony service. Now, testimony service, at least in the U.S., I'm not sure how it is in the rest of the world, but in the U.S. we call it testimony service. And testimony service is where anyone from the congregation can get up and get the microphone and share their testimony of what God has done, and then sing a song if they want to. There was no worship team or praise team or even choir. It's just pass the mic in the congregation, sing your song, share your testimony. And most of these songs are pretty much upbeat. Now, there are lots of ways to play them. I'm going to share 4. Now, riff and chord, if you will. Now, this particular style works regardless if you have a bass player. It mainly involves playing the main chord of the song, and then in between the main chords, you're playing a riff of some sort. So let me show you what I mean. Let's take a song like I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. So I'll do it in B flat. So I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm a soldier in the army. That's the whole song. So it starts on B flat. I'm a soldier for 4 measures. In the army of the Lord. Then we go to E flat. Soldier. And then you're gonna go back to B flat. And what I'll do is I'll do like a 2 dominant, 5 dominant to take it back to B flat. So all right. Now, in between those main chords, I'm going to play a riff of some sort. So generally these riffs are, pentatonic or minor blues or major blues. In this case, I might switch between a couple, but I'll try to stay major blues. That's that scale. So all right. So here we go. So I'm awesome. All right, so now let me throw in a drum loop and do it with the loop. Here we go. So walking bass lines. All right, now this style works really well when you don't have a bass player, because in your left hand, you're going to be playing the walking bass line. All right, and so in the right hand, you're going to be playing you have the responsibility of playing the chords, and then also playing, anything you might want to fill in the space. Now let's talk about the bass line itself. There are lots of ways to play the bass lines, just infinite amount, it just feels like. But let me give you the foundational walking bass line. So if our root is B flat, the foundational walking bass line goes from B flat, the 1 to the 5, to the 1 to the 5. And what we do is we proceed, before we get to the 5, we play 3 half steps leading into it. So I play the 1, now I'm trying to get to the 5, I'm gonna play 3 half steps leading into it. And then I'm back to the 1, 3 half steps leading into it. So 5, 1, 5, 1. I can even change the direction of the 3 half steps leading into it. So far, I'm going up the piano, so to land to the 5 and up to land to the 1. I can go down like that, right? Now up. All right, so there you go. So that's the foundational walking bass line. So now let's do it in the song. Let's do it out of time first, or without the track. So I'm a song. All right. Now when I'm on E flat, same thing. I'm gonna alternate between one and 5, E flat and its 5th. So, and then whenever I have to do like a change, I'll make sure like this. I make sure I get the C on the downbeat, and then I'll lead into the next one by half step. You see? So it has to be the way. So that's kind of the foundation of it. I can't go super in depth because it's going to take too long. But here we go. So try it one more time. So here we go. I'm a star. All right, now let's do it with the track. Here we go. I'm the sun. All right, the foundational gospel pattern. Now this particular style works really well if you don't have a bass player, but also if you do have a bass player. And basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna play the 1 chord, followed by the 4, followed by the 1 again, and you can do like the 1-7, and then back to the 4, and then back to the 1, and then whatever chord you're on, you do that. So if I'm on E flat, I do that. That kind of thing, okay? All right, so I'll do it without the track first. So I'm a song. All right, so let's try it with the track. And the 4th devotional style is Rootless Voicings. Now this style is good when you do have a bass player, because as the name says, rootless, we're not going to be playing the root of the chord, so it won't be a bottom. So we're going to be playing the 3rd and 7th of the chord, which is called guide tones. They're called the guide tones. Now in this devotional style music, many of the chords we play are dominant, so the 3rd and 7th are going to be an interval of a tritone apart, if you see that. So a lot of times you hear musicians say, play the tritone, And this is what they mean. They mean play the third and seventh, and the interval between the third and seventh in this style of music is a distance of a tritone, or 3 whole steps, okay? So for example, for B flat 7, the third is D, and the seventh is going to be A flat, it's going to be flatted. For E flat, the third is G, and the seventh is going to be D flat. And I'll invert it down so D flat's here, so now I can go from B flat to E flat, just like that. And they're right next to each other. You see that? For C7, the third is E, and so there we go. For F7, so the third is A, the seventh is E flat. So look at that, C7, F7, B flat 7. So it's all really close together. So it makes it really easy to play. So now let's say I might add some interesting changes. I might go leading into the E flat, I might do a 2-5, like so, F minor, B flat 7, E flat. So if I'm doing F minor, the third would be A flat and the seventh would be E flat. So, and then here's B flat, then E flat. But even the F minor is really close there. Okay, so let's try. I'm awesome. All right, so let's do it with the track now. Here we go. All right, so you can see that gets a little complex. And I went a couple other places, added a couple extra chords. So you might have seen me play some guide tones that I didn't talk about. Like I went to G once before I played the C and F. So G would be that one. So you see me there, or so a lot of little intricacies there, but that's the big idea. Now let's put it all together. Let's do all 4 variations and let's see. So I'll start with Rootless Voicings, and then I'll go to the Riff Chord, foundational gospel pattern, and then the walking bass line. So here we go. One time. Here we go, Riff Chord. All right, so those are 4 ways to play devotional style music. I know there are many, many more. So don't get me wrong, there are many, many more. There are lots of ways to play this, but these are 4. And oftentimes, I mix them up together often. So you can even do mixes of these different forms. But remember what I asked at the beginning. So in the comment section below, let me know which one you want me to go more in depth on. And I'll try to do that for you. All right. So until the next one, be blessed and happy practicing.